Hello, how we doing today? My name is Spectrum Dominus, and today we are sorting cards for grading purposes. Now, if you've not watched the series, what we do is we're going through cards, whether it be a completed set that I have or boxes and boxes. I have a pyramid of boxes in my room from when I was young, from the 80s and late 80s, early 90s. And we're going through them, we're sorting through, we're deciding what's good that goes into my personal collection and I keep, what's good that's so good that it needs to be graded, and not so good by your standards, so good by my standards. Certain base rookie cards from 1991 that graded at a 10 is only going to get me $30. That's good enough for me. So we'll see how what we have and how things go. Today, this video, we're doing the box top. Now, if you've watched the series, you've known that these cards they're all over the place. They've gotten all over the place for me. I have a bunch of them. So what I have here is I have a box top for one of my boxes that apparently I turned over and emptied a box into it because I needed an empty box. I don't remember doing this. It was just sitting on top of my stack of boxes. I had a box lid and a bunch of cards in it. So rather than try to find an empty box, I decided to just bring the box lid in here. I can't go through it in all one video, so we did a portion of it the first about 3 weeks ago, not 3 weeks ago, 3 videos ago of this style, which was actually probably about 3 weeks ago. And now we're going to continue. I believe that I can get this done in 2 more videos. So we're going to get this done about this much today and this much next time. No, actually, I'm going to say this is going to be 3 videos. So there's 2 rows now in here. I'm going to do about 2/3 of a row, and the next time I'll do 1/3 of this row and 1/3 of this row, and then I'll do 2/3 of the second row. So we're going to do this in 3 more videos. So about this much. Let's try to mix it up a little. Grab some of this. Grab some of this. There we go. Is there more? There's more. Good stuff. All right. Let's say about that much. All right. And we'll just do all these. There's a smattering of everything in this. So we'll see what we get. Just so you remember, we have my PC goes to eBay, goes to PSA, or gets put in the trash. Those are basically the options. Put in the trash isn't in the trash. It means goes and gets sorted by team and then sold off into team sets. But just for our purposes, we call it just these are trash. Every once in a while, there are cards that are in such bad condition, the corners are so bent that I don't want to sell them because that's not really fair. So yeah, I will trash them. We'll see. But here we go. Full camera. We're going to card capture. There it is. And these first one, there's a stack of small cards, mini cards of some sort. These, I believe, were stickers, and the stickers got used, and this is just the back. So here we go. We got Tony Fernandez. He's on my top 10 shortstops of all time list for me, but not someone I collect. Dwight Evans, BJ Surhoff, Bruce Hurst, Tom Henke. Then we got Steve Betterosen, George Bell, Joe Carter. A couple of these are in my all-time lists, top 10, but not in my top 7 or in my collect list. Dave Stewart, Kirk Gibson, Charlie Huff, Jeffrey Leonard, Willie McGee, Kevin Mitchell, Fernando Valenzuela, Andy Van Slyke, Mike Witt, Frank Viola. This is not one I collect, but it is a twin, so we send that one to Bartender Shane. Willie Randolph, Dave Righetti. I said this in the last video. Dave Righetti made it into my top 10 relievers of all time, but I don't collect them. Then we got these fake old cards. I don't even know what I do with these because maybe I'll make a set of 100 fake old cards because I don't even have these teams for people to buy. I mean, I could put the St. Louis Federals in the Cardinals, but that's not what people are wanting. So there's an Andy Van Slyke cap from 7-Eleven maybe? Yep, 7-Eleven. and Cecil Fielder. Again, I'd keep it if I collected those guys, but I don't. This is the type of stuff I'm just going through to get rid of it. Get it gone. There we go. We got Dodger Power. That's Roy Campanella, Duke Snyder, Gil Hodges, and Carl Ferrellio. Wonderful. And then the Cleveland Indians, Herb Score. All of that, so far, trash. But that's not it. We've got more minis. More minis. This is the end of the minis, so once we get through this, we'll be done. There's another fake mini replica. There's a Pedro Guerrero, Bob Welsh, Tim Raines. Tim Raines is someone I've changed my mind on. If you've been watching, Tim Raines is one of about 10. Now, this card isn't in the greatest condition. If I find another version, I will switch it up. But that's going into my PC. There are about 10 people that when I went through doing this, I was like, he just missed the cutoff. Will Clark and Gary Carter, Doc Gooden, Darryl Strawberry, Tim Raines. Where when I made the list, I was going offline, and I made the lists and figured things out that they actually made the list. They actually do get kept. So we will be keeping these guys from now on. Jack Clark, Willie McGee, Todd Whirl, John Kruk, Kevin McReynolds, Willie Wilson, Dan Plesac, Kent Herbeck. That is also a twin we're going to send to Shane, as well as Jeff Reardon, another twin. Now, we don't send every twin, but twin all-star level players or legendary level players. It's got a little bit of the schmut on it from, I don't know, gum or just being in packs. Charlie Hough, Tom Henke, Jimmy Key. Love me some Jimmy Key. Dion James, Dale Murphy. Dale Murphy is now one of those first men out. Lee Smith, Rick Sutcliffe, John Franco, Mike Scott, Dwight Evans, Bruce Hurst, Harold Baines, Britt Burns, Darrell Evans, Jack Morris, Lance Parrish, Walt Terrell, Steve Alboni, Go Gators, Charlie Liebrent, Willie Wilson, Mike Smithson, Ron Gidry, Frank Viola for the Twins. Boy, sure does look like Shane's getting more out of this than I am. Mike Moore, Gordon Thomas, Toby Harrer, Charlie Huff, Dory Alexander, Dave Steve, Dale Murphy. Are these two different cards? They sure are. Look at that. All right, so this one is the 1988 version. Is this the 86 version? It sure is. Huh. Look at that. The 86 and the 88, they weren't very imaginative, as I can't tell which one's which without turning it over. One's an 86, one's an 88. Keith Moreland, Tom Browning, Mauricio Soto, Oral Hershiser, Mike Scioscia, Keith Hernandez, Juan Samuel, Rick Russell, Joaquin Andujar, Vince Coleman, Danny Cox, John Tudor. Checklist. There's a 87 Dale Murphy. Man, if I was a Dale Murphy fan, I'd be cleaning up. Glenn Davis, Jim Rice, John Candelosi, Willie Wilson, Teddy Higuera, Mark Langston, Jesse Barfield, Dwight Evans, Dwayne Bruce, Brian Downing, Wally Joyner, Yvonne Calderon, Darrell Evans, Jack Morris, Alan Trammell, Lou Whitaker. Alan Trammell, that's another one that is just outside the... I think in yesterday's video, I said Tony Fernandez was the first shortstop outside of the top 7, so he's not going to make it. It's Lou Whitaker, not Tony Fernandez. I mixed them up. How racist of me. All right. Then we have, it looks like, from the Young Jedi game, we have Anakin Skywalker's Pod Racer. Foil card. That's kind of cool. We will see what we can do with this. I don't really have much. I don't have a place to put it. Doesn't belong in PSA. It doesn't belong in my PC. It doesn't belong. So I'll have to make a non-sports trash pile or whatever. Lot Dodd. Now, these cards are cool. I graded a Darth Maul version and an R2-D2 version of this. We have them back there somewhere or over here somewhere. But those cards are not worth it. And then there's the booklet. We can toss that. You missed. All right. Now, we got Chris Parmelee, rookie, Twins. And, oh, there's one for Yofro. Let's see what we got here. Chris Parmelee is just a base card. All right. We got Quaker State, card 26, Quaker State Winston Cup. We're going to take that card and we're going to stick it in Yofro's box. He's going to get that card because, oh my gosh, you got to love the Yofros. All right. Then we got a stack here that looks like, oh no, there's some stuff. These looks like I cut. Maybe not. They're dividers of some sort. I don't know if I cut them or if they're real. But they're dividers of some sort. Just kind of put them here for now. See if we use them. Then we got a Donta Hightower. This is Hit. Now, Hit is a pre-rookie. They rush the stuff out before they even get drafted. I think maybe once they declare for it, maybe even before then, I don't know. But I used to buy these trying to get the rookies before they were drafted to get the big ones because once they were drafted in first rounders, it'd be harder to get them. And I don't think I ever got one. I got several of the great ones, but they're not worth diddly. They're not worth diddly. All right. And then we got a couple more cards here. We got a Thomas Jones rookie debut. But rookie debut is not a rookie card. It's just, I mean, he's been in the league for years. Yep, NASCAR, baby. And Curtis Conway and Terry Glenn. All of those will go into team sets. And then all of this will probably go in the trash. Because, I mean, those are in terrible, terrible coloring shape and whatever. All right. Then, now back to cards. We got Brent Morrell. Ooh, CM Punk. Topps Platinum, not in the greatest condition. I'm going to sleeve it. And I'll probably, I don't know if I collect CM Punk. I haven't gotten to that point. I'm still working on that list. But we'll put it in my PC for now, and we'll see what happens with it. And we got Dustin Ackerley. Josh Hamilton, Trey Tulowitzki, Vance Worley, Jeff Neiman, go Rays. All right, Tim Hardaway. Now, that is, oh my gosh. Tim Hardaway is my number one point guard of all time. He's my favorite point guard of all time, and we do collect him. So that's a PC card. Larry Johnson is one of my top power forwards and someone I collect, so we'll keep that one. Larry Johnson again, another. This might be a stack of things I collected back in the day, and now I'm just getting to sleeve them and actually put them away. Allen Iverson. It's an early Alvin Iverson card. I do not collect Alvin Iverson. However, we need to look into this because it. Oh wow, someone might consider that a big deal. That we're going to put into the check into. I may grade those even as a third year. Skybox Salute, Michael Jordan. That is a Michael Jordan card from 1992. And even Michael Jordan even 1992 cards like this at a 10 fetch hundreds of dollars. Again, I don't know what condition it's in. But this one is probably going into PSA pile. In fact, I'm putting it in the PSA pile. That doesn't mean that it goes to PSA. It means it needs to be evaluated for PSA. Then we got this one. There's Larry Johnson and Billy Owens on the cover. We're keeping that because of the Larry Johnson. And then the classic Larry Johnson. This is definitely something where I was collecting. This classic set, where Larry Johnson was the number one pick, and Billy Owens was the number 2 pick, and they went one-on-one in the set, and that's a classic one-on-one where they played each other. I don't think it was a real game because I bet one of them would have happened to kill each other. It wouldn't have stayed quick. I mean, close. 4-3, 6-6. What's the chance? Looks like I got another Michael Jordan down there, but we will stick all of these into my Larry Johnson collection. And then that Michael Jordan. Oof. Nice. What's that? There's another. Now that Larry Johnson, I believe, I already got. Now, if it's already here, we don't want two. Nope, it's a different card. That's his regular card, and this is his #1 draft pick card from Wild Card. This is when I was collecting the most. It was during this right here, 1991, 92. I was collecting more at that point than any other time in my life, and that's why I have so much from this time period. This Michael Jordan card, it's a 92, 91. So again, evaluated for PSA. We got Lakers here with Magic Johnson on it. Collect Magic Johnson. Here's one with Scottie and Michael Jordan on it. For now, we're just going to stick it in the... All Michael Jordans go into the PSA pile. Here's another Skybox Salutes Michael Jordan. I have two of them. This is much, much better than I expected when I decided I was doing this. Larry Johnson. Here is the All-Star team. Got several of my players on there. David Robinson, my favorite center. Clyde Drexler. In fact, half of this team is probably on my top 10 list for their positions. John Stockton, my second favorite point guard. I'm not sure what I'll do with this, but it'll go into someone's or something. I'm not sure. Same with this one. This is the other side. And you got Jordan there. You got Patrick Ewing, my favorite center. Wow. Is that it? That one's weak. That one's probably going into the Ewing or Jordan's collection. All right, Grandmama. This was I collected from this place called Front Row. And you'd order cards, and they'd send you stuff. You can see the damage on the card, but Front Row was really kind of cool. I liked Front Row. There's Shawn Kemp. I collect Shawn Kemp. There's another Shawn Kemp. Yeah, this has got to be a stack of stuff I collected, and I'm just getting back to it. Now we've got a Chris Kaman Black Diamond Rookie Gems. I don't think that Black Diamond is anything special, but just in case, we're going to put it in the look into over like with the Allen Iverson and see if Black Diamond is like an insert set and it's rare, then that might be worth something, even if it's no one. Same with this rookie card, Topps rookie card expectations Jordan Brewer guard. These will probably just end up on eBay as is, but I got to check it out. Steve Smith, that's just trash. LaFonso Ellis, same thing. Four Sports, LaFonso Ellis didn't pan out. Rick Fox, best thing Rick Fox ever did was date. Faith, what's her name? Elijah Dushku. I went to convention and met Elijah Dushku because I'm a big Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. And at the convention, Rick Fox was sitting next to her. Jigglypuff. I don't know anything about Pokemon, but I wonder if this is old enough and valuable enough for me to look into doing something with. Let's take a second here, guys, and talk. Tell me, first of all, let's see if we can get a year on that. 2015? 2019. 2015 would have been better. Jigglypuff. All right. Okay, there's the one. Sold recently for $3.99. All right, still not a bad card. Basic card like this. We're going to put that on the eBay pile. Here we go. More cards for Yofro. We got Mark Martin. That card's going right into your collection. We got Diary of a Champion, Jeff Gordon. Now, Jeff Gordon is my race car driver. That's the guy I liked. So we're going to keep Jeff Gordon. Any Jeff Gordon. Richard Petty, he can have the Richard Petty. But any Jeff Gordon, we're keeping. That's the one. I try to collect one player from each sport, minimum one player from each sport. So Jeff Gordon is my NASCAR guy. There is 2 of these. So I will keep one, and I will give one to Yofro. So he can have a Jeff Gordon as well. There we go. All right, now, next part of the stack. This is getting very interesting. We got wrestling cards. Let's see if any of these make my, if I suspect that any of these could potentially be someone I would collect. Terry Taylor, no. Terry Taylor, no. Ricky Morton, no. Ricky Morton, no. Terry Taylor, no. No, 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 no. Apparently all Terry Taylors and Rick Mortons, they're gone and done. All right, that's all trash. Again, I guess I will be creating a wrestling pile or you know, buy 100 wrestling cards for $1. All right, Curtis Strange, golf. Fred Couples, golf. Not my golf guys. Green Lantern. DC Origins. The card's in pretty good shape. I will look into this. This is going to go with the 2 Star Wars cards over here, as I don't know what to do with this because it's not a normal card. Maxi Image. This is from Image Comics cards. They probably came in the, this one came in the Ultraverse. There was a magazine, not magazine, a comic book that was covered in plastic. You know, it was sealed, and there was a card in the pack. So you open the pack, there was a card in it and a comic book, and this is hard case, and this is Prime, and those are cards. Here's a card I've been talking about forever. So there are cards underneath it, and guys, you could see me have such relief here. I don't think it's going to happen, but there are cards that are missing. I don't know where I put them. My best cards, one would argue. My Dave Winfield rookie, my Ricky Henderson rookie. These are the cards that growing up were my grail cards, my best cards. And I don't know where they went. James Lofton, this is a James Lofton rookie. James Lofton's not that great, but he's a, you know, middling wide receiver, and there is his rookie card. And back then, I didn't pay as much attention to condition. I can see that this is not going to get a good grade, but this was a, you know, top 25 card I owned at the time. And I didn't know where it was. And it's possible that the ones behind it are those ones that I'm looking for. So, holding my breath, James Lofton. This one is going to go with the Allen Iverson, and we're going to look into whether it's good and needs to be taken care of, and we'll look into it. Jim Arnett, I know exactly what these cards are. These are old-ass cards, but they're not anybody's stars. Okay, so all of these are going to go into, they're probably going to be eBayed. That stack with the Allen Iverson, that is all going to go to eBay. I just need to double-check. I need to spend a little more time double checking with them. So those will be the eBay pile is where they're going. All right. Next, these are the rest of the cards that were underneath them. And then we got some more non-top loaded cards. Emmitt Smith is someone I collect, so that'll go into my PC. Roy Campanella, I have 2 of these. This came from that front row that I talked about. And I have one here. I have one that we already sorted a couple weeks ago. And selling it on eBay. There's a third one. Apparently I have 3 of these. So I'm going to sell these on eBay. There's an Emmitt Smith, goes to my PC. Barry Sanders goes to my PC. Emmitt Smith goes to my PC. Emmitt Smith goes to my PC. Emmitt Smith goes to my PC. Bart Starr does not. I don't think that card even has resale value. It's just Domino's Pizza Quarterback Challenge insert of Bart Starr. So we're going to throw that one in the trash. And Ben Greaves is a Devil Ray card that I used on a display previously, but really is nothing. That one's going in the trash. All right. Then our last little bit here. Let's see what we got. We've got, is these all upside down? These are all upside down except for that one. Okay, so we've got more Skybox. Scottie Pippen. I do not collect Scottie Pippen, so that's trash. Trash. However, I do collect the USA cards. Scottie Pippen, trash. Gary Payton, I don't collect him. Again, remember guys, trash does not mean trash. It just means they're getting sorted into team sets. Tony Parker for the Spurs. Tony Parker. Anthony Hardaway, do not collect him. Tim Hardaway, however, I do. So take that Tim Hardaway. Also take this Grant Hill. We collect him. We only collect one of him, though. We don't need the second one. Second one goes in the trash. Third one goes in the trash as well. Don't worry, if you order the Magic, you will not get... The fourth one goes in the trash as well. You'll not get multiple. I won't be giving out doubles. All right, so there's another Tim Hardaway. And then WCW main event flying elbow, Macho Man Randy Savage. Macho Man Randy Savage is absolutely someone I will collect when it gets time to figure that list out. Herbert Perry, Don Ross, 2003. So these are cards that I somehow got over the years. I wasn't collecting still in 2003. Aramis Ramirez. There's Hakeem Olajuwon. I don't collect Hakeem Olajuwon, although I would not be... Tell you what, though. What is these cards? Upper Deck and Karl Malone. Neither of these I collect, but both of them have this gold somethingness to them. I'm going to stick these. They're not in the best condition, but I'm going to stick these over here with the Allen Iverson to see what kind of cards they are. Peyton Manning, I definitely collect. He is my number one quarterback. Vladimir Kozlov. I love Vladimir Kozlov, but I won't collect him. Same with the Justin Gabriel. The Kozlov is fat compared to the Gabriel. The Punk was fat too. I wonder what made these fat and these ones skinny. Oh well, either way, those are both trash as well. Here we got some more. Got some. Turn it over. Oh, it looks like we got some TNA. I'm actually watching during this. Oh, that's autographed by. Oh, look at that. Those are LAX autograph cards. Those are going on eBay. And there's a Daniel Bryan Legendary Superstar. One side is Daniel Bryan, the other side's Dean Malenko. That's kind of cool. That one's going on eBay too, I bet. Not I bet. I think I will put that on eBay as well. All right. Christian Laettner, I absolutely collect. I love me some Christian Laettner. I believe I collect Dikembe Mutombo as well. And this Dikembe Mutombo is a limited edition set from Front Row, numbered. Now limited edition, there's over 12,000 of them, but still, it's kind of cool. Danny Manning, I do not collect. Reggie Miller, I do not collect. Alonzo Mourning, I think I cut off before Mourning. Pretty sure I did. Although if I cut off before Mourning, then I don't collect Mutombo. Hold on. Oh, I don't have the list here. I can't check. We're going to keep the Mourning, one of the Mournings, or just the Mourning. I got to see where my cutoff is for centers. Sean Marion. Karl Malone. I'm not keeping Karl Malone. I wasn't a big fan of Karl Malone. I almost was. I mean, he got involved in football, wrestling, which I enjoyed. I collect Dennis Rodman for that reason. And he was one of the studs. He played with John Stockton, who's one of my all-time favorites. So Karl Malone, Chris Mullin. We're only keeping that because it is a. Yeah, these were definitely separated in the past. When I was separating just all the stars that I knew as stars: Chris Mullin, Karl Malone. It's actually surprising to me I don't collect Karl Malone, but the more I think about it, the less I care about Malone. Kevin McHale, Malone versus Barkley. I don't collect Barkley either, but Mutombo I do. No. Chris Mullin. Dikembe Mutombo rookie. We're going to take that and move that over here to PSA. And we'll see. And this is also a rookie, same year that his rookie came out, so that one may go as well. Reggie Miller. Marty Jannetty Action Pack. You got to be kidding me. I think I'm going to stick that on eBay. There might be some love there. College basketball greats, Kellogg's cards. Karl Malone. Pete Maravich. All right, and then the last little bit here, we have a Mark Solis, Chris Spire, Herschel Walker, Sterling Shepard. I collect Sterling Shepard. That's not Sterling Shepard, it's Sterling Sharp. Sterling Shepard's a wide receiver for the Giants now. Warren Moon. Lawrence Taylor. I definitely collect Lawrence Taylor. Andre Rison, Derek Thomas, Thurman Thomas I collect, and Steve Young. So we did rather well. Got a lot to stick in the trash, but also we've got what the hell to do with these cards we'll look into. Sell it off on eBay probably. Got to look into them and then sell them off. Send them off to PSA, which I'm really happy with. And then my PC. All of these go to my PC. Very happy with that. My PC grows. Everyone's happy when my PC grows. So, stick those in there. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. That was a little bit longer than I'd meant to, but there was so many weird and different cards in there. I had to slow down at times. Like I said, the top box lid is here. We'll do it in 2 more videos. I'll do another grouping about that size, and I can split what's left into 2 groupings about that size. So that'll be the plan going forward. And then we'll finish that off. But that won't be for another 3 videos, because next video we'll be back to, next video we're going to do something completely different. And that is, we're going to see if we can win a trip to the Super Bowl. All right? These cards, these packets, came in the 1989 Pro Set. And there's 2 ways to win. You scratch off, and you can win tickets to the Super Bowl, a trip to the Super Bowl for merchandise. Oh, not the Super Bowl, the Pro Bowl to Hawaii. And we're going to see if we won a trip to Hawaii to see the Pro Bowl. That's what we'll be doing in the next video. Just sitting and scratching and seeing if we won. And then after that, we'll be back to the complete set, the 1991 Topps complete set. We'll do the second quarter of that, and then we'll continue. I'll see you guys then.